Balloon Beats.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. You guys know the drill. I say it every time. I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight by the man, Sean Petrucci. How we doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing solid. Can't complain. Listen, we were just before every show, we usually have like a rehash of like the topics we want to talk about and whatnot. Kind of like make a plan going into the episode a little bit. Tonight, literally, I asked Sean, like, what is there to talk about? Absolutely nothing.
Freeballing it tonight.
Absolutely nothing to talk about. So I think we should kind of like just start tonight off. We agreed to this, talking about Jameson Taillon. I feel like it's a topic that can be talked about. I guess there's a decent amount of discussion about it. Listen, I'll give my opinion first about Jameson Taillon. This mic's really pissing me off tonight, by the way. Listen, I know I've seen a lot of Twitter comments recently about like people kind of doubting him. I guess I understand like the dude hasn't pitched in 2 years, right? But we're talking about a very young arm still. How old is Taillon anyway? He's definitely under 30.
He's got to be in his 20s. Here, I can look it up real fast.
He's 29. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's still fairly young.
Mhm.
Still fairly young. And I understand like he hasn't pitched in 2 years, but going into this season, there's going to be doubts about his health.
Yeah.
Like, of course, and reasonably so.
Yeah.
But I think that if he's healthy, we're looking at a dude that has the potential to be the number 2 in the Yankees rotation.
I fully agree.
And listen,
He's got some good stuff.
yeah, and the thing is, the argument could be made for Kluber as well, but moving towards this season, who do you have more faith in, Taillon or Kluber?
Taillon.
Probably, right?
But then again, you got like the Kluber, like we're gonna get a good season from Kluber if he's healthy. Like we're not gonna get I'm not expecting like a really bad season from him. So
yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, I think. Well, I say worst case scenario as in if Kluber's healthy the whole season. Well, like what we would expect. I would say like a 4 ERA would probably be worst case scenario if like Kluber's fully healthy. Mm-hmm. And I'd be so for that because we're not relying on Kluber to be an ace. If you're signing Kluber to be your ace and he's giving you a 4.0 ERA, like that's not a good thing whatsoever.
If he's sitting at number 3 and he's giving us like just close to a 4 ERA with this lineup that can put up more than that in a night, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the chat. We got Gabriel, Daniel, Lori, Nick, 2Planker. That's a quality ass name. I don't know what that means, but it's still quality. LA Yankee King, Madison Bumgarner, George, Anthony. How are we doing tonight, everybody? What Yankee rumors? That's a really good question because there's literally none. But however, maybe you could kind of call that the calm before the storm. I don't think there's any storm coming. But I do think the Yankees might have like one move left in the tank at this point.
It's going to be like an under the radar kind of move. It's not going to be like a huge blockbuster trade.
Yeah, and I think Bob Klappich said this. The Yankees they want to make one more move for a bullpen arm. Besides that, though, the roster is just about set. Sure. I don't know if I believe that though because I think Brett Gardner is still coming back. I don't know if like they're including him in that whole the roster is set kind of thing. But
it's like, why is it taking so long then? Maybe they're trying to fill in that with the money they have. There's let's see what we can pay for like a Trevor Rosenthal.
Probably,
and if
right?
There's like $1 million or $2 million left over. It's like, let's just give it to Brett.
Probably, right? Because like my theory about this that I mentioned last week on one of our lives or talks, I don't remember which one it was, but I think they made a plan with Gardner in the beginning of the offseason. You might have been on the show, by the way. I don't even remember.
don't know.
But I think the plan that they made with him was, listen, we're going to wait until the end of the offseason for you. We're planning on bringing you back, but the money depends on how much money we have left.
Yeah.
If we have a lot of money left, we'll throw you an extra couple million. But if we don't have much money after we make all the moves that we want to, you're probably going to be making like 1 or 2 million. And I think Gardner's probably like, yeah, sure, I'm down for whatever. Just bring me back.
I hope that he's not saying like, give me $5 million, like give me $6 million, and the Yankees are like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not trying to play hardball with the Yankees. It's like, listen, we'll have to sign you back.
I'll be sick to my stomach. Yo, what is up, Julio? How are we doing tonight, my man? Yankees will sign a solid relief pitcher. I hope so.
I hope so, yeah. Because there's not we have some good young arms, but there's like the list of guys that we can really trust is kind of short.
Yeah. Listen, going to back to the topic that I posted a podcast about, a solo podcast that is this morning on the YouTube channel about. What would you think about bringing David Robertson back on like a 1-year, $1 million deal?
Yeah. Why not?
Like, what is there to lose, right? Because that was kind of my theory about it.
It's very low risk.
But the major thing about Robertson is he has a showcase on February 11th. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, if he comes out and has performed as well as like Kluber did, everyone said, "Oh, Kluber looked great."
Yeah,
I could see the Yankees being in on him, and he would definitely want to come back too.
I think it would be a perfect fit, to be honest. Also, Robertson, like, I don't even think the dude throws a fastball anymore, so it's not like you're gonna have to worry about like his velocity coming back from. Did he get Tommy John?
I don't know if it was Tommy John.
It was whatever it was. It was a major injury.
I don't know if it was Tommy John.
Let me look it up actually, because
I don't think it was, because it was last year, I thought, right? So why would he be?
It was 2019.
Oh, then maybe it is.
Elbow injury. Oh yeah, he did. He underwent Tommy John surgery. Okay. Yeah. Do you see Kluber on an innings limit, like 5 innings? I don't know if there's necessarily going to be an innings limit, but the Yankees are definitely going to be very cautious with both him and Taillon.
There'd probably be like a pitch limit, if anything, not an innings limit.
It's possible. I mean, listen, I can't see Kluber or Taillon going more than like 5 innings in their first start back, even if they're cruising. Like if Corey Kluber has a no-hitter through 5 innings, first start in the Bronx, he's getting taken out. Like
especially if there's like a 6-0 lead going into like the 6th inning, like there's no need for him to be out there.
Yeah. Molina back to the Cardinals. Yes. I don't think anybody's really surprised at all.
How much money was it? I didn't say.
Did they announce it? Chat, let me know if they announced the numbers, because I don't think I saw any. Bro, it feels like we re-signed DJ yesterday, and now we got pitchers and catchers reporting in a week. No, literally.
Yeah,
it feels like yesterday
we waited like so long to get him back. So yeah,
we waited so long to do anything. He got $9 million.
I hope that's not just 1 year though. How many years?
No, probably is. It's probably 1 year, $9 million.
1 year, $9 million.
Shit.
That's a lot of money.
What are you gonna do if Brett Gardner gets 1 year, $9 million?
First of all, we're going over the luxury tax probably. I don't even know how much money.
I'll be sick to my
Imagine if he's the move to push us over the tax.
Don't even say that, because at that point I'll jump off the Thrashing Bridge. What do you think of the other landing spots for Rosenthal? Because the only teams I see interested are the Yanks, Padres, or a few other teams. I could definitely see the Padres just swooping him up.
He's a big guy for like a contender just to be interested in.
Yeah, I think every contender right now would be interested in Trevor Rosenthal. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Like, you could never have enough bullpen depth.
I can see the Mets trying to swoop in and get him. Who knows?
Look at if the Mets got Rosenthal, that would be a huge acquisition. I could see the Mets getting like a Shane Green.
I want to say, didn't they just get somebody else?
They got a relief pitch. I don't remember.
They got somebody, I thought. I don't know. Someone got Jason Shreve. I don't remember who.
Bold prediction, 2021 Mad Bum NL Cy Young. Listen, unconfirmed report, but LA Yankee King is somewhere right now licking his lips. Just saying.
He's very excited.
If the Yankees sign a relief pitcher and this is the pitching staff they have, they can easily make a deal at the deadline for a good starter. I would agree.
Yeah, they don't need to force a trade right now for a starter.
Yeah, no, I would agree the same exact way. Also, because at the trade deadline, like I'm assuming because expanded playoffs aren't going to be back. So you're going to have a bunch of teams that are going to be out of contention once the trade deadline comes. A few teams in particular that I think of would be all NL Central teams, honestly. But then it also might be an issue because the NL Central is going to be so mediocre. You might have like
it's going to get to the point where like someone's going to be like 2 games under 500.
Yeah,
the All-Star break, 3 games back.
And I'm looking at the Cubs, Cardinals, and Brewers all as teams that don't look good on paper, but they're so mediocre, all of them, that they might find a way to compete. Because like I would love Hendricks, I would love Castillo, I would love Hader. There's just so many pitching options in the NL Central. Yeah, Amir Garrett. I would love Amir Garrett, but I don't even know if it's going to be possible. I think Gardner comes back. Still believe David Robertson and Shane Green will sign with the Yankees. I don't see them signing both, but one of the two definitely I could see happening.
I feel like I'd rather have Shane Green just because we don't know what D-Rob's going to come back like. I guess we'll find out in his workout.
But then again, like maybe you could sign both depending on what Shane Green wants. Because my prediction for Robertson is still 1 year, $1 million. Like I don't know why I think that. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking Robertson's not going to ask for that much money. But I'm just thinking the dude's 35. He wasn't amazing before going down. And he really is going to have to prove himself again. So I don't think 1 year, $1 million is completely out of the equation.
I would hope it's no more than like 3.
Yeah, no, any more than like 3, I would definitely be opposed to it.
Maybe like a 1.5 too.
Yeah. Like if the Yankees have Schmidt, Peraza, King, and Florial, the team can go out and trade for Kyle Hendricks at the deadline. Yeah. Listen, I would probably give up just about anybody for Kyle Hendricks.
Well, maybe not Jason Dominguez, but
probably not Dominguez, but like put Schmidt, Devi, anyone else on the table, I'll trade them for Kyle Hendricks.
I agree.
Let's see. Maybe they're trying to unload another contract along with some prospects like Abreu, who's out of options. What do you guys think? Who else could they unload though?
I don't even really know. They honestly have a good amount of like arms that are kind of close to the bigs.
Yeah, they do. They have Abreu. They have Medina. Luis Gil. Yeah.
Mendian.
Yeah, they have a decent amount of arms. Yeah. My only thing is like I don't know what other contract they could unload to free up some money.
There's honestly not that many like.
No, that's one. Where's all the money? Like, who's taking up all the money? Stanton, Cole, and Chapman. That's it.
Judge probably has like I think he's making like 10 or 11.
Hicks is making like 10 million, right?
Yeah, and then Gary's got like 6. I don't know how much Luke's making. It's not like it's
I just feel like we don't have a lot of big contracts.
We really don't. I mean, the payroll's probably like 180, 190 million.
Yeah.
And then you got to add like the coaching staff and all that kind of stuff. But
I actually did see this. What do you think? What the rumor is that the balls have changed for this year? Home runs down 5 to 10% everywhere. MLB press release. Some players will be affected more than others. Yeah, I think it's interesting. So they said that home runs are going to be like impacted 5 to 10% less.
That's interesting.
Because
that's
I know.
Though.
Yeah,
like why they're flip flopping the balls. Like
was it 2019 where everyone like thought the balls were juiced because they were just flying out? It was 2019, right? And then 2020 was like kind of normal.
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
I think 2020 was fairly normal.
There was like home runs everywhere.
Yeah, but this is weird because in a time where MLB is looking to make more money. The way you do that is not limiting home runs. I would assume that if they were to juice balls any year, it would be in 2021.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I have no idea what they're doing with that. Yes, Anthony, I agree with you 1,000%. Gardner will most likely get a 4-year, $100 million deal. 100%.
I feel like we make that joke like every day about Gardner getting an absurd amount of money.
And you know what? When it happens, when that ink hits the paper, Brian will come on live solo. I won't be any part of it. And he will be waving his bandanas and his flags and just have a whole parade just to himself.
The festival.
Yes, the festival. We have Cole, Kluber, Taillon, Monty, and Devi/Herman. We should wait until the deadline to acquire Kyle Hendricks. I'd agree. Only because, listen, you don't know what's going to... Like, we talked about this earlier on in the episode, but you don't know what's going to happen with Kluber or Taillon. We could be as optimistic as we want about these dudes, but bottom line is they haven't pitched in 2 years. So you're going to be very cautious with them. You're going to hope and pray that they don't get hurt again. So, listen, waiting until the deadline for a guy like Kyle Hendricks or Luis Castillo or whoever else may come available who's having like an awesome year, like Lance Lynn last year, for example, who would have thought that he would have emerged as like the top tier pitching target at last year's trade deadline? So there might be like one of those random guys who pop up too. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting, but the Yankees definitely have options at this year's trade deadline.
Or they just do nothing again.
They did get Trevor May. Was that the guy who you were thinking of?
No, I was thinking of someone recently.
No. Luke Voigt and a prospect to Dodgers for Urias and Muncy.
I mean, I don't think the Dodgers would do that.
I don't think they have a need at first base.
Yeah, because like Muncy and Voit, it's like they're both good players, and then who's the prospect going that's as good or better than Urias?
I mean, unless like Dominguez, like I don't know.
I mean, like I think the Yankees would do that if it was like
starters. Shreve signed with the Pirates.
Yeah,
I want us to re-sign Kagawa back.
No, that guy with the glasses.
Do you remember that live? That was probably like one of our first lives of the offseason. I'm like, this is going to be a long offseason.
Yeah.
It's really going to be a long offseason. And here we are. We're pitchers and catchers report like next week. We made it
crazy. Through. I feel like literally just ended.
No, I know. But I guess that's a good thing, right? Because that's kind of like a bright spot of all these like big players like Bauer and DJ and Ozuna waiting until like the end of free agency to sign, because at least you have like anticipation all off season instead of like stories to, like if they all would have signed in December, we would have been twiddling our thumbs for the past 2 months and like actually having nothing to talk about. So I guess it's kind of a good thing. What do you think about Brendan Kinsler? Someone mentioned this the other day, and I thought it was actually a solid idea because I forgot this dude existed. He was with Miami last year, right?
I have no idea who that is, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure he was the closer for Miami last year. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive. I'm pretty sure he closed out the wild card series against the Cubs for the Marlins. But yeah, he's a decent reliever. He's probably not going to be demanding too much either. Let's see. Stan and Judge will not get hurt this year. They're gaining flexibility. They will be fine. I hope the yoga works.
I hope, yeah.
Maybe we should all do yoga. Unhinged yoga live streams?
I'd do it. I've never done yoga.
Have you ever heard of goat yoga?
I have heard of goat yoga.
People do yoga with goats.
Yeah.
We should do that. I'll pay for everything.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to like rent a goat.
Yeah.
Where you can rent a goat.
I'll just steal one.
That's easier. Yeah.
If you say no to DJ at 15 million AAV, you should be drug tested. And the farm was ranked by Pipeline, who is widely known as an unreliable prospect list. Yeah, listen, especially looking at what Bauer got. Bauer got like 40 million AAV. We're talking like, I'm not that good with math, but 25 million more than DJ.
Well, actually, isn't Bauer making like more than 40 in this first year? Isn't it?
I think this year he's going to be making 40. I think 2022 is going to be 45 if he doesn't opt out.
Okay, he's not going to opt out of that. No way.
And then I think
last year is only like it's like a handful.
Last year's like
it's like
it's like is it? Well, no, because
it's 100. It's like 110 or so the whole deal, and it's like 40.
Well, no, so then it would be like 30 for the last year.
No. Well, maybe
if the first year's 40, next year's 40. That's 2 years 45. So then the final year would have to be like 1 year 30. I don't know. This isn't like a math podcast. We're really bad.
I'm looking. It's 3 years, 102 mil.
Okay, so
let me see if
it's 85 after 2.
40 mil in 2021, 45 in 22. So then do the math. That's
so what's 103 minus
17?
85?
It's 17 mil in the last year.
There's no way it's a 2-year contract.
It's a 2-year deal. There's no way he takes that.
Yeah.
No
but LA Yankee King has sources telling him Yankees and Gardner are close to a 10-year, $300 million deal. So there's that.
Of course.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know why the Yankees are depending on these pitchers that haven't pitched in 2 years. They're the Yankees. If George was alive, we would have all elite pitchers. I mentioned this today on the podcast. I think it's a fair argument debating both sides, whether or not you're happy with bringing these guys on or mad about it. I could understand why people would be mad about it because it seems like a very Mets/little brother thing to do. Just like get like these cheap arms and just hope that they pay off in the end. And it seems like they never do for a team like the Mets. But I guess the Yankees are hoping that they do pay off.
I feel like you can't really – I could see like being like Kluber, like, oh, like he's kind of old, injuries. Like, why would you bring him on? But Taillon is like you said, he's 29. He has great stuff. He's not like it's just like a 1-year thing.
Yeah, but the knock is
really
that
confident
he
in him being healthy.
2018.
No, yeah, I know. But like that's a move where it's like, oh, that's also for next year too. Like however long he has under control. So but Kluber –
Hot take. Gerrit Cole will get 18 strikeouts in one of his starts. Is that a hot take?
I mean, not really. Say he pitches a complete game. He can easily get 18 strikeouts.
I'm so excited for Cole this year. Like, genuinely excited because, like, 2020 was a season of, like, adaptation for Cole. I mean, adjusting to the American League East, adjusting to playing for the Yankees, adjusting to playing with no fans in the crowd. And while he struggled, like you could consider 2020 a down season for Gerrit
I was
Cole.
gonna say, yeah, it's Gerrit Cole standards he struggled.
Yeah,
with, but
Gerrit Cole
he
season.
didn't though. Like he was fine.
Exactly. That's why I'm so excited for this year because I think Gerrit Cole is walking into this season with a chip on his shoulder. Like a huge chip. Like picture like like the Pringles? He's stacking them on his shoulder. He's stacking like 5 Pringles chips at this point. So I'm excited to see him dominate this year because I think he's truly going to have an amazing year.
For sure.
And also, I think it helps him out more that like he's not the only pitcher in the rotation. Like in 2020, for the most part, he was the only like reliable arm.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like mention like Happ and Tanaka and Montgomery. I'm gonna miss Tanaka, but
Tanaka would be nice in this rotation as like a solidified 2.
He would.
And then like if Taillon performs better than him, then he's our 3 or our 4.
Yeah. Tanaka will be back. I think he'll be back in a couple.
I think so too. I really.
I just saw Rosenthal tweeted MLB and MLBPA has reached an agreement on health and safety protocol for this season. So I'm assuming that means everything's going to start on time. If they've reached an agreement as far as like health and safety goes. Yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't. Like they already played like a 60-game season. Like I don't know why now.
If they have like some kind of holdout where they can't agree on things, it's like
it's so stupid.
Only MLB. Only MLB.
No, literally. If George was alive, we could also be like the 80s Yankees and suck. It's possible. But I think if George was given this core of like Judge, Gary, Sevy,
he would go out and spend his whole bank account trying to get these stars.
I think he would realize that he doesn't want to blow this opportunity. Like the 80s Yankees didn't really have a core like this to build around. These Yankees have a core to build around. And I understand like they have added pieces to kind of make them like push it over the edge. Like a Cole, like a Stanton. Mm-hmm. I still don't think this. Listen, I love Stanton. I think he's an awesome player. I don't think he was kind of necessary. I think that offseason, Cole would have been a much smarter option to trade for and then save that money for the following offseason and sign Harper or Machado. But that's just me thinking. But I do think if George was alive, the Yankees would be adding much more solidified pieces to this roster.
Yeah, like he wouldn't care about the tax. Like that wouldn't be like
it would not be an issue at all.
Not at all.
I know the Padres wouldn't do it, but would you do Torres for Tatis Jr.? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I would blink and the trade would be done.
I don't think we'd meet anybody that would say no to that.
LA Yankee King. Let us know if you do that.
He's a better offensive player, number 1. Number 2, he's obviously a better defensive player.
All around.
And he's just a stud.
He's just a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Do you think the Yankees would allow him to have like those blonde dreads?
No, of course not.
You don't think so? Yeah, but how do you even tell? Like they would like tell him to shave it.
Well, yeah, I mean, with Cole, as he could just make them shorter. I honestly don't know how long they are on the top of my
head. If there was one man who could change the entire mentality of the Yankees organization, it would be Tatis Jr.
Or Lindor.
That's true, but
Tatis for sure. Yeah.
Do you guys remember the video, the clip I sent in the chat to all of you like a couple months ago? It was like behind the scenes of a 2019 All-Star game, I think. Glaber walks over to Lindor. He had braids in. Like, it wasn't even anything crazy. Glaber's like, they wouldn't like that in New York. And Lindor's like, oh, shit. Like, no wonder he's not on the Yankees. Yeah. All right, fuck out of here.
It's crazy how that's still a thing.
So annoying. Like, literally, the Yankees would look at me right now and call me scum. Mm-hmm. Be like, your hair's too long. You got facial hair. Get out of here. I'm like, all right. Like,
I mean, like, they let Cole, as long as it doesn't go past the shoulders, I think, is the thing. Because Cole's hair is obviously pretty long.
I love Cole's hair.
They care much more about the facial hair.
Which is weird, because I think in, like, many, like, major, like, companies' offices, like, you'll see people in their offices with facial hair. Like, this isn't, like, the old days anymore where it's, like, in order to be professional, you have to be clean shaven. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
It's like these dudes have tattoos. You allow them to have that, but they can't have a beard.
Well, also, like, you could have wife beaters on the team, and, like, that's okay. So, you know.
You should be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah, except domestic abuse.
Okay, that goes without saying.
Who's the Yankees' next move? Who's there? Any breaking news, Mister? I don't think there's any breaking news. No. But who's their next move?
It's gonna
Trevor Rosenthal.
It's gonna be any kind of relief pitcher at any level, and then probably Gardner if there's still money left over.
That's true.
Or they'll wait until like the last day possible, sign Gardner.
Ooh, Christopher's got a hot ass take. Kluber for AL Cy Young Award.
Ooh, I don't know.
You know, the Yankees might listen. I think
I don't know.
Cole is a good take for AL Cy Young Award. Definitely, I would say he's maybe a front runner at
He's
this
probably the
point.
front runner. Yeah.
Yeah. And then MVP, like I never doubt Judge, never doubt Stanton. But then if you look at like comeback player of the year, the Yankees have so many options. Like literally the entire roster could win comeback
So
player of
half
the
the rotation is eligible for comeback player of the year.
Bro, look at Kluber, look at Taillon. Those might be two front runners right there. And then bring Gary into the equation. Gary could win comeback player of the year. Don't doubt it.
He could.
Story to Yanks at deadline? Maybe.
I would be very excited.
I think it's almost a guarantee Story will be traded at the deadline.
Well, yeah, because there's no shot in hell he's going to resign.
No.
Even if they offered him a ridiculous amount of money, why would you go back?
It makes no sense. I don't understand why they wouldn't trade him now.
They're taking a pretty big risk because let's say God forbid he gets hurt, he has a really down first half of the season.
It's a risk for no reason.
Yeah.
I said when the Arenado trade happened, I think it would have made more sense to trade Story over Arenado.
I mean, if you're going to trade one, you're probably just trade the second one. Like, what's the point of keeping one or the other?
Sense.
It's like, yeah, we're going to build around Trevor Story. Well, you just traded away one of the best third basemen in the league.
Well, Pat, why would you not give Torres for Castillo? I don't know. I think because the addition of Castillo to the rotation is going to be significant, very significant.
Yeah,
but I think then you like who's your shortstop?
Here's the thing: if you give away Torres for any elite starting pitcher, then it better be like a Corey Seager or a Trevor Story coming in to fill that spot. It's not going to be Tyler Wade. It's not going to be some rando, and like it needs to be some star coming in.
No, that's my thing because the addition of Castillo in the rotation, it's great, but like the significant impact of losing Gleyber Torres in place of a guy like Tyler Wade or Dairo Estrada, it's even more significant.
It's not even that Gleyber's so good because he is, but it's just because Tyler Wade would be.
Yeah. So if you have like a Seager or someone else at shortstop lined up, I'd be down for it. But if you don't have a replacement,
the team would get so much better.
If the Yankees said no to Tatis because of his hair fire everyone, I'd agree. I would riot.
Could you imagine if that report comes out like randomly one day, like Tatis not to the Yankees because he wouldn't cut his hair?
I mean, bro, I don't even know how I'd react. I'd probably just
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Like, sadly, I just wouldn't be that surprised.
Except the same day that happened would have to be the same day the infamous letter comes out.
Might as well.
Still want to know what's in that letter.
Burn the organization down to the ground at that
point. Pat, you still need to get George and LA Yanking on a live debate. All these ideas and proposals of his are insane. No, listen, we brought on LA Yankee King once. His proposals in person are nowhere near his proposals in text.
I was a little surprised. Won't lie.
And also, it seems like LA Yanking and George, they're not really going at it anymore. I think it's better off we just keep that rivalry just dead. Just keep it dead. Agreed. What do you guys think we should do next offseason with the shortstops? Because we have our infield set up, to be honest.
It's tough, but listen, I love Gleyber Torres, but if he can't,
I don't think they're trading him.
No, I don't think so either. But if he can't improve on defense, and you got guys like Story and Seager and maybe Lindor on the open market, it's like I don't know.
You think Lindor is going to hit the open market though?
Probably not. No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Especially since the Mets didn't get Bauer.
But now that Bauer is on the Dodgers, it's going to be tough for them to lock up Seager.
That's true. And also Kershaw is a free agent at the end of the season.
Like if you could tell me that like the Yankees are bringing in Seager and like you trade Torres for an elite starter, then yes.
Also though, like do you know how old Clayton Kershaw is?
32.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
He's young.
Yeah, he's young. If you would have asked me before last
I thought he was like 36.
I would have said 34, 35.
I mean, listen, like considering Kershaw has another good year this year, he might demand a decent contract.
Yeah, and that's going to put the Dodgers in a tough situation. I feel like they'd be like, all right, like, thanks for everything. But
no, yeah, because I'm looking at Kershaw's stats, bro, and it's like, I don't think we realize like how good this dude actually is.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but over the past couple seasons, maybe it's because like the
I
postseason
was gonna
struggles
say
or
it's
whatever,
because of the playoffs, like
and
the
the
choking.
injuries and
Yeah.
whatnot. But bro, we're talking about a guy where in his career, like since 2008, he has not had over a 3.1 ERA. Literally, like last season, he had a 2.16, 2019 a 3.03, 2018 2.73. Like consistently, like he would be an ace in the Yankees rotation still.
Yeah.
So underrated, and he's still only 32.
He's gonna make some money this upcoming offseason.
People just stopped talking about him.
Yeah, he's gonna make some money.
It's crazy. A hot take: Jordan Montgomery, comeback player of the year 2021.
Probably not.
How can he win? Didn't he pitch like all year last year?
I was gonna say, yeah, he's gonna have to pitch like a 0.5 ERA to win that. Like, yeah.
What do you think Taillon's ERA will be in 2021?
I think it's gonna be under a 4. I think he's gonna have a really good year.
Under a 4?
I think he's gonna have a really good year. Yeah, I got a lot of confidence in that for some reason.
All right, I'm gonna look into the camera for this one because it's serious. 4.15 over 18 starts.
I feel like 18 starts isn't that much.
It's not.
I feel like he should have like 30.
Yeah, he's not. 30 would be like a full season.
Yeah,
they're definitely.
He hits over 20 starts. I'm happy.
Well, that's what I said. Like, do we think Kluber and Taillon are going to combine for over under 40?
I would like to say over.
Yeah.
If they're healthy, yeah, why not? If they're healthy and they're pitching pretty well, the Yankees are going to let them go. Especially if like halfway through the year, build them up. Yeah, they'll let them go.
Price plus Rios from the Dodgers for Voit.
Do you know how much David Price makes?
Yeah, I don't want David Price, but who's
he makes like $30 million. He's what Edwin Rios.
Oh, the prospect.
Yeah, he played last year a little bit. No, David Price makes like $31 million.
Yeah,
makes a ridiculous amount of money for no
David
reason.
Price, bro.
Yeah.
Dodgers can't sign everyone. No way they lock up Seager. I want him. He's so good. He would be an awesome fit for the Yankees, especially
but then again, it's the Dodgers. They seem to not care about how much money they spend. So
yeah, but if it comes down to it, who do we think they're re-signing, Seager or Kershaw? Because I don't see them re-signing both.
Wait for Bellinger in like a year or two.
Yeah. So like, which one, Seager or Kershaw?
Seager.
Probably right. I think whichever one the Dodgers don't sign,
the Yankees
I think we should capitalize on.
I would take Corey Seager over Gleyber Torres.
I might too.
I would.
I mean, because to be honest, like
I love you, Gleyber, but
what you could do, you sign Seager and you trade Gleyber for Castillo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like if we get rid of Gleyber, it's going to be for something really, really good.
That's ideal.
Because Gleyber's young and he's got a lot of talent.
I think the Yankees are still in a really bad position next year as far as the starting rotation goes. Because I don't know. I think no matter how Kluber pitches this year, I think he's gone at the end of the year. Because if he pitches really good, the Yankees aren't going to give him a multi-year deal. They're not going to give it to him.
3 or 4 year deal, and the Yankees aren't going to do that.
And if he sucks, they're definitely not going to bring him back. Yeah. So then you're stuck like back in the same situation, except you don't have Tanaka or Kluber. Mm-hmm. So then maybe you have to make a trade for like a Castillo or a Hendricks. Then they're going to be in like desperate mode. But hopefully they just win the World Series.
I kind of want them to be in desperate mode and go make a big move. Go do something.
I want them to feel like they're in desperate mode.
Because it's been 4 years with this core, right? 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
And you got nothing to show for it.
No, I know. Like 17 was kind of like just like a throwaway year.
We won't count that because that
But I'll say 2018, 2019, like 3 years of high expectations going into the season.
2017 was just a bonus. We weren't supposed to be that good.
Yeah.
If you look at that lineup, it's like not that good at all.
No, I know. Why will the Dodgers let Kersh and Seager go? They're core and homegrown players. When they easily give money to outside players, Seager and Kersh are the reasons we're elite. We got the money. Shout out to you, Brian, for being a Dodgers fan. But I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they paid him. I really would.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I think
they're gonna try. I think definitely one of them will be back.
Maybe we're just too used to like the Yankees spending.
Maybe. What's it like to be a Dodgers fan where you just don't care about
maybe like we're already looking at the Yankees roster. We're like, all right, which one of our guys isn't getting paid? So
exactly.
I guess the Dodgers are a different animal. But then again, I still think it's definitely possible that they don't re-sign one of them.
I think the Bauer money might be off the books by the time Bellinger's a free agent.
Oh, probably. Yeah, because
So then,
Bellinger,
you know what? They'll probably bring back
he
Cole.
came up with Judge
Yeah.
same year, I
I
think.
think it's after 23.
Yeah, I think after 23.
After
That's
20.
crazy. It's 2023.
Oh, I think it's after 22. Because
I think it's 23.
the Judge have a full 2017?
Yeah. But his service time kind of started in 2017.
So then that's 1, 2, 3. It should be after 22. Going into 23, he might be a free agent. I could look it up. So just
Yeah, look it up.
guessing.
Pat's onto something. Yeah, no, like something kind of clicked in my head when I said sign Seager, trade Glaber for Castillo.
Following
And usually,
2022.
so after next season.
Yeah, so the Bauer money,
Wow.
Bellinger should be the same thing. Let me just double check.
Yeah, so the Bauer money will just go to Bellinger.
Exactly.
But yeah, listen, I'm usually opposed to trading Glaber, but if you could sign Seager and then get Castillo in return, or another top tier starting pitcher in return for Glaber, I'm doing that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah. One last side note: Bellinger's not a free agent until after 2023.
Oh, really?
They don't have to worry about him for
wow
seasons.
I mean, that's interesting. That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I don't trust Kershaw in the postseason. Last year was a fluke. There is that.
Yeah.
But then again, he's still a very good pitcher, and I'll trust him to start a postseason game for us over. Who can I say? Because I don't want to say Kluber. I don't want to shit on Kluber like that. I guess like Kershaw, Taillon. I'm taking Kershaw.
If you ask me right now, who do you want to start a game 2 or 3 of the World Series, Kershaw or Kluber? Without knowing how Kluber is going to pitch, I'd say.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
come
Kershaw. That time in October of this year, like our thoughts could change depending on how Kluber.
That's a question to ask like later on.
Yeah. Oh, bro, I know. I wanted Michael Brantley so bad. I really. There was just no space for him.
DJ LeMahieu, man.
No, that's exactly the way I looked at him. Let's see. Imagine a rotation of Cole, Kershaw, Sevy, Garcia, Monty King. King, you're kind of onto something.
Kind of forgot about Sevy. I won't lie.
No, yeah.
This whole stream, I just did not think about Sevy.
I have no expectations for him. I think that's why.
Like for next year, like when you said like we're in a bad spot, like if he comes back.
I forgot about Sevy.
Taillon's 3.
Yeah.
Devi 4, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
we could be in a pretty good spot.
Could be in a decent. I wouldn't say pretty good.
Especially if we make a deal at the deadline and still got a whole other offseason. I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot.
It really depends on how Taillon performs this year. He's the X factor.
Yeah, he really is. He seriously.
Unlike Kluber, like he's in this for the long haul. Like I don't know when he's a free agent either, but I'm assuming it's here. I think the Yankees still have a couple years of control on him.
At least 2.
It has to be because the dude has barely pitched.
Exactly.
Let's see.
It says 2023.
20. Okay, that's longer than Judge.
22.
I think that means after 2023.
After the 2022 season. So we got 2 years.
After the 2022 season.
Got 2 years.
Okay.
And if he pitches really well this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a little extension.
Yeah. If Seager was a free agent this past offseason and we traded Torres for Castillo and then signed Seager, that would have been amazing.
Think about how good this team would be right now.
Yeah. And listen, that's not like shitting on Glaber at all. It's just the fact that like you improve your rotation and get an equivalent in Seager that also like makes your lineup more flexible in the sense that he's a lefty.
It makes our rotation from like, I don't know, like a B.
Yeah.
To like an A-.
Yeah. Yo, boys. What did I miss? Patty. Sorry, I'm late. Seager to Yanks, Glaber to Reds stand. Listen, CJ, what you missed was just a bunch of Corey Seager, Clayton Kershaw talk, to be honest. That's kind of what the gist of tonight has been. What do you think of Javier Baez or Carlos Correa? I'll pass on both of them. I like Correa, but like I hate the dude.
Yeah,
like, the baseball player is good.
Yeah,
but like I just don't like. I don't want to have to root for him.
I don't think he would ever play.
He wouldn't. No, the Yankees would never even bring him on.
And Javi Baez, I'd rather. I think I'd just rather have Glaber if it was a choice.
Yeah, so
I mean, that's not a knock on Javi Baez. It's just like.
It's not. It's just I don't want another guy who's just like swinging for the fences and just like strikes out.
But
I'll still pass on him.
I still think Glaber hasn't even come close to really reach his potential.
I can't wait to murder J-Hab next year. FBI, if you guys are watching this, that means like murder him in the game. Like we just want to score a lot of runs. We want J-Hab alive and well. We're big fans of the human J-Hab. Yeah.
After him.
After game 2 of the ALDS, not too sure, but just throwing that out there.
After him complaining, thinking he deserves a full start.
No, we're not super low on Taillon at all.
I just have under a 4.
No, yeah, we're not.
I'm really confident in him.
My thing is, I'm not going into the season with expectations that the dude's going to be an ace. I think it's very important to take into account he hasn't pitched since 2018, right? So there's obviously going to be a little bit of rust, but I think that's why I said going towards the future, the Yankees are counting on him to be your number 2 or number 3, especially because they don't know what they're getting out of Sevy.
I'm going to be disappointed if he pitches to like a 4 or 5.
Same.
I'm expecting a good year.
Yeah, this is kind of why we haven't really mentioned him much. Sevy will not be much of a help this year. He'll be fine next year. I'm not counting on him at all.
Get like 3 to 4 innings in the postseason, then sure. That's legit. Probably the most that we can expect.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, wait, where was the comment? Oh yeah, I mentioned it like last week or something. I could definitely see Sevy have like a bullpen role once the playoffs come. Like throw him in the bullpen, like he could come out like 2 or 3 innings. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, imagine like
if he could like piggyback
5 innings, Sevy for 2, and then Britton Chapman.
Yeah, and that way, like you don't have to burn through the bullpen that already isn't that deep as it is. 2024 for Walker as well. I personally think Kershaw is a Dodgers lifer and Seager. Man, I just don't see the Dodgers letting him walk. He's elite. The Dodgers front office talk highly about him, plus they're on talk. Yeah, listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised if they're both back.
I just think like the Bauer contract is huge. But clearly
the Dodgers is I don't think they're the type of front office to be like, you're too expensive.
Yeah, they're not the Yankees.
Yeah.
They actually win.
Yeah. They want to win, we should say.
Why don't we just sign Gardner and Brian on opening day? They could go out together, waving the bandanas together. Nick, that's a very good idea. I think we should just like refer both of them to the Yankees. If Gardner wants to resign, it has to come in like a package with Brian, and the Yankees have to pay for like the printing of the custom bandanas. But then
Gardner bandana day.
No, literally, like they have like the Brett Gardner Star Wars bobblehead night. But with all that being said, I think Kluber will honestly have a bounce back year, 280 with 35 home runs and 90 RBIs.
Wouldn't be surprised.
It's possible. No, I wouldn't be surprised either.
No.
Like we're not knocking Kluber at all.
No.
Lindor, Seager, we need a lefty. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like we keep saying Seager, but it's very possible Lindor's a free agent at the end of the season too. So if we're talking Lindor or Seager, I'd sign Lindor over Seager. But I'm assuming he's just going to sign an extension with them.
I don't think the Mets would let him go.
Probably not.
I really don't.
Especially if he like comes and like pulls like a Cespedes this year and just becomes like the king of like Queens.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah. Taillon is going to be so good this year. I just have a feeling. New arm path, healthy, spin rate. Yeah.
I fully agree. I'm very excited.
All right. I'm on the Taillon train.
Yeah.
I'm on the Taillon train. I don't even care.
All the news
I just want him to be healthy.
Right now, just like,
I'm a fan, guys. Just found this channel over the weekend. Dope content, like hearing from fans of the AL. Appreciate you. This is actually interesting.
Yeah.
We have a decent amount of like Dodger fans who like view the channel, and I like appreciate the hell out of that. Brian, I think you're like the 5th Dodger guy who watches us, so I appreciate it because
the first one I've seen.
Really? Yeah, there's Logan and then there's Steven and there's a couple others too. But the Dodgers are dope. Like I love the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Love your D-Rob video.
Dodgers, I should say.
I think it'll happen 1 year, 1.23 million. That's a very exact number, Christopher. If it happens, 1.23 million, you get a high five and a hug.
I could see like $1 million in like incentives, like pitch like a certain amount of.
Yeah, for sure. And then like give him like the crazy incentives. Like if he wins Cy Young, like give him an extra $5 million. Like, did you see Fulton Avich's deal with the Rangers? If he wins Cy Young, he gets like an extra 100,000. Hap got the same thing.
100,000?
Yeah, Hap got some incentives if he wins like World Series MVP and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, J Hap.
Let's see. Oh, yes, RIP Pedro Gomez.
Yeah,
terrible news yesterday.
Rough. That's one of those things where you see it and it's like, that's not true.
Yeah, terrible. I mean, so many people in the baseball world died so far this year. Lasorda, he died this year, right?
Yeah,
And
at
then
least
Hank Aaron.
he was old though. It's like
Yeah,
so
yeah, brutal stuff.
it's tragic.
Yo. I'm not saying all those yos. I still have trig homework to do. Listen, CJ, I think you got to go do your trig homework. It's important. Trig sucks though.
I was gonna say, don't worry about it.
Yeah, trig sucks.
No.
I was so bad in trig. They put me in like remedial.
I'm so bad at trig. I don't even remember what trig is.
All right, I'm gonna completely expose myself right now. Do you want to know what I got on the trig regions?
Is that like a number?
Oh, you
grade?
guys don't take
Is
regions.
that like a number grade? Like what's a
It's
scale?
like, do you guys take like state tests in high school?
Yeah.
Okay, so like
That's
regions are like the state test for New York, like high school like subjects. I got like I got like in the 30s on the trig
on a
regions.
scale of like 1 to 100.
On a scale of 1 to 100, yeah.
Honestly, I do this. I can't even make fun of you. That's what I would do.
So bad. And I even bought like the red book, the red regions book,
Mhm.
like to study.
Is that like
Whatever.
your SAT kind of thing, or do you still take SATs? I don't.
No, you still take SATs.
Yeah, okay.
But like for I think it's like just about every class. There's like a regions at the end of the year that like it determines like whether you move on or not.
We didn't have that. They introduced some kind of new standardized testing thing when I was like leaving.
Oh really? Yeah, New York is like I think they're one of the only ones that like have that. Severino will be our number 3 starter in the playoffs. I don't know if Kluber and Taillon both have really good years. I think that Sevy might be looking at like either 4 or like a bullpen spot.
I just don't think we can rely on like throwing him out there for like 6 innings. You know?
Yeah. Jeff Passion just confirmed. The Yankees extended Tyler Wade 10 years, $250 million. That's huge. We don't even, bro. Like, just trade Glaber now because you have like Wade.
Tyler Wade would be if he could just kind of hit the ball. Like,
bro, my thing though is like we looked this up the other day. Tyler Wade's been with the Yankees since like 2017 at this point, and he still can't hit. He's worked with Pujols. Like, it just seems like every year he's like, oh yeah, like wait until you see me hit this year. Every year it's like 140.
Yeah,
I can't do it anymore.
No. And then like occasionally he'll pimp a huge homer.
No, I know. Like he'll fucking out of nowhere pimp one to the second deck. Everyone's like, oh, Tyler Wade. If Garcia has a Cy year, will New York Yankees not make Sevy not pitch into 2021? No, I think Sevy's going to pitch this year regardless. It just depends in what capacity.
That would give them make them more comfortable to put Sevy in the bullpen.
Yeah. Do you think Herman or Schmidt will move to the bullpen this year? Herman I could see Herman taking like that Loizaga type.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't see him starting games. I just can't.
Do we want Schmidt in the bullpen though? I feel like
no.
I'd rather him start games because he's a starter and see what happened. Like that was very unfair to throw him in a relief role for his first appearance. I hate it.
What was that?
I hate it. He didn't even pitch bad.
No,
he really didn't. But like
didn't he come in with like bases loaded or something?
It was a ridiculous situation, and there was like ground balls. I think that were just.
God, I
just remember being really mad at it because like, why would you do that, Tim?
So stupid. So stupid.
Give the kid a clean inning.
If Clayton Kershaw becomes a free agent, I would offer him a 6-year, 180. What is that, like $30 million a year?
30. Well, they'd probably be like
the Yankees would never give that to him.
Around, but
just saying.
30, it really isn't that ridiculous, I guess.
It's not that ridiculous. That's like what David Price is
doing. That's not ridiculous. It's not.
Hot take. Wade hits 316 with 26 home runs. Swainer, there's no shot. Literally no shot.
A tattoo of his face on my back if that happens.
I'm keeping that in mind. Yo, chat, remember this. He's getting a face of Tyler Wade on his back.
It's gotta be 316 though. No more, no less. Gotta be 316.
Yeah, no, we could do that.
And 26 runs, no more, no less.
Yeah, no, it has to be like pinpoint accuracy.
Exactly what he just said.
Is Talkman getting traded? Video idea. Maybe we can make a video about that. I don't think he's getting traded.
I don't think. If Brett Gardner comes back, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. But then, like,
Talkman over Brett Gardner. So
if Brett Gardner comes back, like, what was the point in trading for Greg Allen?
That's what I'm saying. Is he just going to get DFA'd at that point? Like, what was the point of even going out there and doing it?
I think I'd prefer to have Greg Allen.
I don't know.
Switch hitter, faster.
He's younger, right?
Yeah, much younger.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer Greg Allen over Brett Gardner at this point. Just saying. I'd like to see what he could do. Like, I want to give the dude a shot because I feel like it was one of those acquisitions, kind of like a Gio Urshela.
Yeah,
when we got him, everyone was like, "Oh, it's like this dude's not going to do anything," but then he actually got a shot, and then he proved himself. Will Taillon have over 25 starts? No. I don't think he will.
25 starts.
Just say no. You know you want to say no. A full season would be like 32.
Why? I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't have 25. If I'm being honest here.
No.
Because I could see him. Yeah, I could see it. 20 to 25, I think, is a realistic range.
Okay. Story or Seager, who you got realistically and preferably? I think the answer to realistically and preferably would be Seager. Only because I think Story is the better player, but I think Seager would make better sense for the Yankees.
I think you can make arguments for both either way, realistically, and because I think they're both pretty realistic.
You could, but I think I'd prefer Seager just because he's a lefty.
Yeah, okay. But Trevor Story's good, man.
No, he's I mean, good. MLB Network ranked him as like the number 1 shortstop in the league. Like he's very good.
I think I would rather have Trevor Story, but I wouldn't be mad if like Seager.
Yeah, so would I. Hot take: Darren O'Day will be our most important reliever. I said that. Like Darren O'Day, he's the X factor in that bullpen. I think a lot of people forget about him.
Shit, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's going to be the X factor this year.
All right, so then O'Day, Green, Britton, Chapman is like 4 reliable guys.
Yeah.
And then you got like Loaizaga, Sessa, and like Nick Nelson maybe.
Yeah. Like Brooks Kriske. I don't know.
Yeah, like Trevor Rosenthal would be awesome. You got 5.
No, he would. Yeah. Because listen, if you could, like, if I'm looking at the top of the bullpen and we're looking at Chapman, Britton, Green, O'Day, if you throw Rosenthal into that mix, they're looking pretty damn good.
Yeah. That's a good bullpen. I mean, I would love if Tommy Kahnle was healthy and with them.
He's on the Dodgers too. Like, Jesus.
Dodgers know what they're doing. Just freaking sign the guy. Wait for him to come back. I can't believe the Yankees let him go.
Let's just sign Gardner 50 years, $500 billion, and then he owns the team. Like, just make it happen. Regions is New York exclusive, and I'm still proud of myself from 2 years ago for getting a 96 on my U.S. history regions. I remember, listen, I'm not trying to like knock you or anything, but I think I did pretty good on that one too. Like the U.S. history and the global history are just so easy. Just saying. Super hot take. If the Yankees are in the wild card game, Taillon. All right, that's a super hot take if I've ever seen one. You see this?
Well, I mean,
there's no chance.
There's 3 games, so like maybe.
No, no. This is the assumption. It's the regular wild card game format.
Oh, just one game.
Wild card game.
And there's enough time between the very end of the season, say like Cole, where we need Cole in like a do or die. Is there enough time for him to be fully rested?
I mean, maybe if you need Cole,
that's the only scenario where it wouldn't be Gerrit Cole.
Yeah, the only way
game do or die, and you pitch Taillon over Cole, and Cole's rested. You got to arrest everybody.
No, I mean what you said makes sense. Like, let's say like game 162 of the season, the Yankees have to win that in order to make the wild card game. Yes, then I could see Taillon pitching in the wild card game. But that's mind boggling. I don't want Kershaw. No thanks. He was never good in the playoffs. You still think that there's a chance we trade for Luis Castillo at the deadline? Yeah, Michael, 100%. I definitely think there's a shot the Yankees trade for Castillo at the deadline. What will Miggy's role be this year? He isn't even on depth chart right now, and it's not fair. They have Ford on bench over Miggy, and I'm steaming about it. Terrible for him, man. Listen, I understand why Ford is on the bench over Andujar, and that's just because Ford is a left-handed bat.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it really is. And also the fact that you can't really put Miggy anywhere on the field just because he's a liability basically anywhere he is. And the fact that Stan's taking up the DH spot, there's just really no spot for
nowhere to go from. So that's why having a universal DH would have been awesome, because there would have been 15 more teams you could trade Andujar to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't really feel bad for the guy. He had how many chances?
No, I know. And also 2020 was going to be huge for him. If he came out this year and performed at like a decent level, because he wasn't good at all in 2020, I think they would have found a spot for him. I mean, listen, it's not like the Yankees didn't try. They even tried putting him in left field.
Yeah, that's it. They like his bat so much that they tried to put him in the outfield.
That's what I'm saying. And like we're talking about the Yankees, like a team that's been so analytically driven in the past few years, and they decided that Andujar in left field would be a good idea. So it's not like they didn't try for him, you know. Will they make a signing before opening day? I'm gonna say yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that they don't sign at least one more player.
But then again, think about it. They don't have to.
They don't have to.
They have 5 outfielders. They have 4 reliable arms plus young arms that they probably
bullpen though.
I'm just saying they probably love Loizaga.
There's still a lot of starting pitching left. Like
they should add another reliever, but from the Yankees' perspective, they're probably thinking we don't have to. If the price is right, we'll do it.
I just wish they had like an extra $10 million to play around with.
Yeah, I agree.
Like because, bro, like Taillon Walker's still out there. Garrett Richards is still out there, I believe.
No, he's on the Red Sox.
Is he actually?
Yeah, remember he signed with them? Yeah, he got like 1 for like 10.
Did he actually? Oh, that was a while ago, no?
Yeah, we were saying like, oh, people are saying Kluber's overpaid, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but I feel like there's a few other starting pitchers out there.
Odorizzi's
still out there.
Taillon Walker, and then there's one more.
I really want Taillon Walker.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it as like a 5 guy.
Like, bro, like trade like Herman and like King, bro, and just like sign Taillon Walker.
I mean, well, let's think. We got Cole, Kluber.
Just trade Herman. Like, I don't care if you get nothing. I don't care if you get like cash considerations back. I
feel like some international signing bonus.
Yeah. I don't even think he's worth that.
Oh,
Paxton.
Paxton, yeah.
Paxton might be. Wait, Paxton's gone? No, he didn't sign with anybody.
He means like he's saying.
Oh, like he's not coming back. No, listen. If Paxton's like 1 year, like $4 million, which he won't be, but like I'll take him for that.
Oh.
Walker, Paxton.
Yeah, it was Paxton that I couldn't think of.
Those are the 3 guys that are left. And listen, I would so be down for any one of those guys, especially because you can never have enough starting pitching depth at all. But right now, looking at the Yankees rotation, going into the season, we're looking at Cole, Walker, not Walker, maybe Walker, hopefully. But Cole, Taillon, Kluber, Monty Devi.
Cole, Kluber, Taillon, Monty Devi. Yeah, I mean that's a solid 5. But then
Herman's your 6,
and then Schmidt as a 7.
Schmidt might like. The only way I could see Schmidt coming up is as a starter if someone gets hurt. I don't think they're going to call him up to be in the bullpen.
I think he deserves a shot. I think he deserves a legit shot.
I know, but then who do you take out of the rotation?
I'm not counting on Montgomery to be very consistent.
Really?
To be consistent?
I don't know. I think he'll be like a decent 4.
He had some games last year where he was on.
Bro, like game 4 of the ALDS.
He pitched really, really well.
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Yeah, no. So
I thought the series was over.
Yeah, he honestly, that was a huge start for him. That gave him like not only confidence, but that gave the Yankees are like, okay, you'll get another shot.
Chacin, I forgot about Yogi Chacin.
Shit. Yeah, that's another. All right, so they're not going to sign anyone else. I don't think it's going to be a reliever or both.
But listen, then again, like Yogi Chacin could like. Remember when the Yankees signed Gio Gonzalez a couple years? I think like before like 2019 season. Yeah, and I thought he would have been a good option because he ended up going back to the Brewers that season once the Yankees released him or something, and then he was actually like decent for them throughout the season and then pitched in the playoffs too. I could see like Yoeli Chacin being that same type of deal. Like the Yankees did sign him, but I'll be shocked if we see him at any point this season. Like genuinely
shocked. If we see him, that means someone got hurt, and we don't want that.
Yeah, we have 9 potential starters, but only like 5 of which that I'm actually confident in. Like that will make starts this season.
Yeah.
The only player they will probably re-sign is Gleyber Torres. I
don't agree with that. I mean,
it depends. It really depends what happens these next.
Let's say like Aaron Judge has an MVP type year this year, MVP type year next year, stays fully healthy both years. I don't think the Yankees would want to let him go.
Probably not.
If you get too cheap to sign back like one of your homegrown superstars, then I'm totally done with this organization.
Yeah. No, listen, I think it all depends on Judge's health. That's obviously going to be the main thing because we know when he's healthy, he's going to perform.
Exactly. Like it's not like, oh, is Judge going to be good if he's healthy? Like that's not a question.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up for tonight. Definitely appreciate everyone for stopping by and chatting with us. Wow, Johnny, you joined at the worst time possible because we're wrapping things up. However, I am going to be going live on Twitch. You guys know the deal by now. I'm not sure what we're going to be playing tonight, but I am going to put the link in the chat, twitch.tv/Unhinged New York. I'll be live on there in like 5 minutes if you guys want to come hang out. Either like GTA or Warzone or something. We'll figure something out. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys in about 5 minutes on Twitch. If not, we're probably going to be going live tomorrow night. Once again, talk about some more Yankees baseball stuff. And yeah, appreciate you all. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to comment. Same thing with Facebook. Be sure to follow us. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.